What's up, guys? It is Everett here. It is Wednesday, July 10th, and today I am 5 weeks on testosterone, so that's pretty cool. Didn't get to make my 1 month because the day of my 1 month, I flew from Paris home to Houston and then had enough time to give myself my shot and then drove 6 hours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So absolutely no time to make a video, so that was unfortunate. So I'll do my voice comparison clip at the end of this video, if I remember, because I've made it like 6 billion times. I haven't done it yet. I have my handy dandy little paper here, so not looking at my crotch. As far as changes, obviously, if you know me or if you watched my first video, my voice has changed a good bit. It's not like crazy deeper, but it's definitely deeper than what it was. Before T, I had a very feminine voice. It was a dead giveaway that I was a woman as soon as I opened my mouth. So now I open my mouth, and though it's not the most manly voice in the world, I don't get mistaken. I pass a lot better. I mean, this whole weekend I spent in Louisiana, and I didn't get called ma'am once. And I was around people all day, acting pretty feminine at times, just because that's how I naturally am sometimes, and passed the whole trip, which is awesome. Next thing is facial hair. I'm not going to get up close to show you all of it because I spent like 20 minutes in my bathroom taking a billion pictures of my creeper stash, which is finally sprouting some black hairs just right along here and right along the top. Sideburns, still very blonde, but they're growing a lot faster and a lot longer. I can actually pinch it and play with it, and it's just awesome. Hair looks a mess more than normal today. I feel like you guys don't think that I ever take care of my hair. I do. It's just my day off. It's my last day off, so I decided to screw it. Muscles. From the beginning, I have said how pathetic my muscles were, and I truly meant that. I have always had a major dysphoria with my muscles, like feeling like I was really puny and that I could never be a man because I'm not muscular enough. I don't have enough strength, and just a whole bunch of crap. So since starting T, my arms are still getting bigger, and I mean, I've been on vacation for 2 weeks, not doing any heavy lifting or anything, and they're still getting bigger. Shoulders are getting broader, which is really nice because I've always had a really feminine figure, I don't know if you'd call it like a pear or an hourglass, I don't know, it's not very even, so we'll go with a pear. So that's pretty nice. The muscles on my stomach are thickening out. My waist, or I guess that's my waist, used to be like really, really tiny, very feminine, and now it's starting to thicken out a little bit more, and it's all muscle. I guess they're called your obliques or whatever. All that is starting to thicken out, which is really nice. I noticed the fat redistribution, which I did not expect to happen like ever for me because I hate working out. But my love handles, I guess, are almost completely gone, which is amazing because that shit sucks. My ass is slowly going away. I noticed that my pants fit a little differently. They're a little looser around the ass region. I'm sorry if you can hear that. My apartment is mowing and weed eating today, so if you can hear it in the video, I apologize. Oh yeah, my ass. So it's really nice because I've always been told that I have baby-making hips, which is like the worst thing you could ever possibly tell anyone. That, in my opinion, that is a horrible insult. Even though you think it's a compliment, it is a terrible insult. That's like basically saying you have a fat ass and some wide hips. Damn. But I'll just get off that subject before I start ranting about stupid stuff. Emotional change. This has been huge for me. Before T, I wasn't crazy emotional, but I cried. If I was sad or upset, I would get to a certain point where I would just break down and cry. For no reason sometimes. I would just sit there and just sit on my couch and cry. It's just really depressing to say, but it's true. And now, aside from like a movie that'll make me really emotional, which is the only way that I will cry, I can't do it. It's like I've become emotionally retarded, and in a way it's really awesome, but in a way it also sucks because, you know, my girlfriend's pretty emotional, and there are times when I wish that I could just sit and cry with her, and I can't do it. I feel like a deer that has been raised in captivity and has just been set out into the wild and told to go figure shit out. I almost don't know how to handle the situations anymore, which sucks. So that's it as far as like major changes. Can't really think of anything at this time. I probably will after I upload the video and just beat myself up over it for like all of 5 seconds. Questions. I will start with the major one, because this is the one I get the absolute most, and I'm not really 100% sure why. No, I will not grow a dick. It will not happen. If you're about to start testosterone and you haven't read up on it, you will not grow a dick. It won't happen. It's very unfortunate because that would be a lot easier than surgery, but surgery is the only way you get one. And at this point in my life, I'm not really 100% concerned with that. Yes, it is an issue that will, I'm sure, be in the back of my mind forever, but it's not the major one that I have right now. So, it was okay at first for people to ask me that question, but now it's just become like, I mean, random people that I don't even know ask me that question when they find out that I'm trans, which is really, it's a little too personal, I believe, so if people could stop, I just answered it. Don't ask it anymore, and please don't ask if I'm going to have a big dick or if I can pick the size. No, you cannot pick the size of your dick. It just doesn't happen that way. Next question. This has been a really big issue for me, especially over the past few weeks. Top-wise. I have always been insanely dysphoric. I think that's one of my biggest dysphorias is my chest. Before T, I was a very full C. I was almost a D cup. And you can't tell because I wear a binder, which completely just flattens these babies out. I don't know if you can... I mean, that's my chest. So this thing, it does what it's supposed to do. So people are pretty surprised when I tell them that, yeah, you know, I'm a C cup. They don't believe it. So they've always been an issue for me. It gets to a point where you don't even want to look at yourself in the mirror. You don't want to shower with the light on because it's so just aggravating that they're there and you can't do anything about it. The bottom, you can hide. You can wear jeans and nobody really knows. I mean, if you want, you could stick a damn sock in your pants and nobody knows. But the trouble that you have to go through to hide the top, you have to wear a binder, which is incredibly painful. It makes it hard to breathe. You can't exercise. It doesn't breathe very well, so if it's hot outside, you're in a sauna, basically, and it's a constant reminder all day that you are stuck with what you have, and unless you have, like, $6,500 just waiting up your ass, there's nothing you can do about it. So, yes, I will be having top surgery, there's no question about that, so answer that up for everybody, with a long, drawn-out, odd explanation. The next thing is how old you have to be to transition. There are two separate answers to this, I believe. Emotionally, to transition, I don't think that there is an age restriction. Physically, I don't think that there should be an age restriction. But for people who, I don't want to slap like 18 on or something, because I believe that a lot of people are emotionally mature a lot earlier than just randomly 18. I mean, you have those occasional really stupid people, but it's not all of society. I think that you should first be out, that you should live as the gender that you want people to perceive you as, and I think that you should go to therapy and talk to somebody and really figure yourself out if you're at a young age. Now, when you're older and you have matured into the person that you're going to be, or the person that you're still shaping into, I don't think that therapy should be required. I don't think that I should pay, $300 to $600 a month for someone in an office to tell me that I'm sane enough to be who I am. That being said, I do think that people should go to therapy for it, as contradicting as that was. It's a big decision. It's not something that you can easily just go back on either, especially once you start hormones. As far as physical transition here in Texas, there's no age restriction. If you're under 18, you have to have parent signature, and you have to have an extreme amount of therapy for like years before they will let you even start hormones. My doctor does not require a letter. As long as you're 18 years old, you can go in, tell her you want a dick, and she'll give you medicine. I mean, not in that way. She's very professional, but just to sum it up, if you're under 18, you do have to have a parent's signature, and I believe you have to have a letter from a therapist if you're under 18. So that's really it as far as all that. Let's see. How long does everything take? There is no set answer for this question whatsoever. Different guys transition their whole life. Other guys transition very quickly, and some guys, don't physically transition at all. It's not a question of how long it typically takes, it's a question of the steps that each different guy makes in his transition and how much time he puts into his transition. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does, because I'm not repeating it. So, again, there's really no set time frame. Hopefully, for me, by next year, I will be put under for top surgery. My surgery is $6,500, and I have been talking to Dr. Garamoni's staff about setting up a payment plan to possibly start payments on that, because I want it done. I can't deal with another 2 years of this thing that I have to wear. It's horrible. But that's it as far as today. I'll make another video next week with something. I've been wanting to talk about dysphoria, so that's probably what I'll talk about then. But we'll see. So I'm going to do my little voice clip now. I'm sorry. My name is Everett, and this is my voice 5 weeks on testosterone.